here we go, boys and girls. 10,000 miles later. How has the ZR2 been? What have I liked? What have I not liked? What's the miles per gallon? And what's the future? That's what I'll be covering in today's video. So let's go ahead and get started with what I've liked, what I've really enjoyed in the last 10,000 miles. Now, I expected to drive this a lot more. Unfortunately, during the winter, due to a number of different things, I just didn't have as many road trips as I liked. I would have wanted to travel a little bit more, but we just couldn't make it happen. We didn't go out as much as I expected. That's okay. We had a lot of different things to do in the house, so we just stayed at home. So we only put about, I don't know, around 2,000 miles a month. So we bought this at the end of September. We're towards the end of March. So what is that? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So, you know, a little bit less than 2,000 miles per month. Not too bad, but expect a ton more miles to be put on this truck in the coming 6 months. We have a lot planned. We'll get to that at the end. But what have I really enjoyed? This thing drives like a dream. It's really comfortable. So I've driven Cadillacs, I've driven very, very plush 7 Series BMWs. Yes, it's a bit noisier because of the tires. These Duramax Wranglers are really loud for what they are, but they're really good tires. I did a review on them already. I'll put it up above so you guys can see that review. It's really, really awesome tires. But besides that, it's a little bit loud, but it's so comfortable, it's so plush. I can drive over bumps, over potholes, and as you know, especially here in Pennsylvania and in the Northeast in general, after the winters, potholes just become a very big problem. And with this truck, I can just drive over them like if there's no issue at all. And that's something that I've really been missing pretty much my whole driving life. I've always driven sports cars. I've modified the sports cars with larger wheels, smaller diameter tires. They're good for traction and they're good for driving feel, but they're terrible when you hit a pothole. I already have some damage on my stock BMW 335D wheels and tires. They're actually not stock, but they're stock sized, and they're too low profile for daily driving duties. I'm very, very well trained when it comes to driving around and avoiding potholes, but Jane, unfortunately, is not. So with that said, whenever she drives the truck and it's winter or it's raining or something like that, she doesn't have to worry about it. She loves that. So that's one of the main things, the suspension and the comfort level that you have in this truck. It's just amazing. I really can't say enough good things about that. It's not like driving any other truck. I've driven F-150s, the Tacoma, I've driven F-350s, F-250s, I've driven the Silverado, the bigger ones, the HDs, the diesels. They're all fairly comfortable until you start really driving them kind of hard. And when I say driving hard, I mean you're in a twisty road, as most of Pennsylvania is. You're mostly on a twisty road, and you kind of take a turn semi-hot, and then let's say you hit a bump in the middle of those turns, you get a kind of a wheel hop, and your back end kind of wants to swing around. Well, that does happen in this truck, but not even close to as bad as it does in those trucks. Also, the rollover, there's just not that much rollover on this truck. When you're taking a turn, it doesn't really bend over or roll over too much, unlike the Tacoma that we were actually pretty close to buying. So I've really enjoyed the ride and the comfort and the amount of fun I can actually have driving this truck around. The real limitation of taking the turns as fast as I'm used to doing with my sports car, the real limitation is actually because of the tires. They're not designed to be hustled around turns. They're designed to kind of go off-road and deal with the snow. So considering that, this truck has done really well. So other than that, obviously everything else, the suspension's really good, the infotainment's been really, really good. I haven't had one glitch from my infotainment, which is actually a really good positive. I am pretty particular about my electronics, and if something gets glitchy, I just end up not using it. It hasn't been the case at all with my truck. It just works. Android Auto has just worked flawlessly on this truck. Never an issue, never a problem. I've really enjoyed it. And then The other thing that I've really enjoyed is the seating, and I've gotten used to the seating position and just being able to just kind of chill out and not worry about the road too much, and being able to see over cars just kind of lets me chill out a little bit and not be so aggressive when driving. And that's really, I guess, reduced the stress in driving when I'm in this truck. So that's something to keep in mind if you're looking at a truck. I really enjoyed this. Now, some of the negatives. The fuel mileage has not been stellar, and a lot of that has to do with, well, two different things. First, the diesel that we get here in the winter is a different blend, and I don't think is as efficient as summer blend diesel. The other thing is these diesel engines run very cold compared to gasoline engines. So when it was really cold was when I took the truck out, and whenever it snowed, whenever it's 0 degrees, whenever it's 10 degrees outside, minus 10 degrees, this is all Fahrenheit, by the way, for all you international watchers. Whenever I took it out, it was extremely cold, and it seemed that the engine just never got up to temp. That's what it kind of felt like to me, and that was confirmed by the pretty abysmal fuel mileage that I got during the winter. I never got really above 23 miles to the gallon. I expect to get around 26 when I'm on the highway, but because of the cold and because of kind of the way I drive as well, I've only been getting around 23, 22 miles to the gallon. There's one time when it was negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit, I got 19 miles to the gallon. Now, I know as a pickup truck owner, you really shouldn't care about miles to the gallon, but because I own so many other cars, I kind of, you know, the BMW 355D, for example, gives me around 35, 36 miles to the gallon. That's excellent. And I can go, the range on that is about 600 miles. The range in this, depending on the weather, it really is weather dependent, can be around 400 to 500 miles, which is pretty good, but I'd like to see it up there a little bit more. More on that in the future. But yeah, that's really the only negative. I really can't think of anything else. I mean, it's really done really well. I have had zero issues. We did do an oil change, and that's covered by Chevrolet. The first two oil changes were covered by Chevrolet. No problems there. I filled up the DEF fluid. Again, no issues with the DEF fluid, no issues with the emission system. Has been a completely flawless truck since I've owned it. Now, it's only been 10,000 miles, but that's good to know. And yeah, so what does the future bring? Well, we're going to be using this truck a lot to be towing the race cars, which is one of the main reasons why I bought it. First reason was to deal with the harsh Pennsylvania winters, and the second reason was to use as a towing platform. Now, I don't need to tow anything huge or crazy. I do have a skid steer, but I'm not gonna tow that around. I don't have a business with that skid steer. That's for my own property. By the way, if you're interested in that, head over to my other channel. I'll put a link to it right above there. I'm still creating videos for that channel, so bear with me as I create it and make it an interesting channel. But anyway, back to the truck. The future, I'm going to be towing a lot, so I am actually looking for solutions. I may get a smallish enclosed trailer and to tow my Type R and my Prelude, possibly my S2000, but don't tell the S2000 folks. That's a secret. Between you and me, I'm going to be towing these cars all over the US. We're going to Michigan, we're going to be going to Atlanta, we're going to be going to Ohio, we're going to be possibly even going to Texas. We're definitely going to, I believe, Bowling Green, Kentucky. I believe that's where one of the racetracks is. So I don't want to put all those mileage on my race cars. It's just kind of wasteful. Can you imagine me driving the Type R all the way to Bowling Green, race around with it, and then drive it all the way back? That's a bit too much abuse, I think, for the Type R. I think if I could just use it for time trials and not drive all the way there, I think that'll be a lot better for it. So I am looking for an enclosed trailer, something that's kind of lightweight, that won't be too bad, and I may be outfitting the trailer with a kind of a sleeping quarters. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, or I'll get a bed rack and put a tent on the bed rack. I may do both, I'm not sure yet, but I'm definitely doing one or the other. I'm definitely getting a trailer, whatever the case may be. I'm definitely getting a trailer. That will be happening fairly soon. I'll be looking at weight distributing hitches. That's something that's kind of important when you own a truck, a small truck like this especially. So I'll be getting a weight distributing hitch, something that is cost effective and also very effective. You know, I don't need to buy something that's not going to work. And then I'll be upgrading the lighting on this. One of the things that was a big negative with this truck is that the lighting package is just not good. The headlights are kind of terrible actually for a modern car or truck. So I'll be upgrading this. I'll be testing a couple of things. I'll start out with LED lights and go from there. And then after that, I think we're gonna be doing a delete and a tune. That's I think in the next 6 months I'm gonna get impatient, and I will want a little bit extra power, a little bit extra mileage, and I'll probably do a delete and a tune after I figure out how to do that. The parts seem to be pretty inexpensive. It seems to be a fairly easy thing to do, so I may just do that within the next 6 months. We don't know yet. I'll keep you guys on your toes. But that's definitely gonna happen within the next, if not 6 months, 12 months. I'm definitely doing a delete and a tune, and we'll go from there. What else am I going to be doing? I'm going to be taking this truck off-road. I've already done it a couple of times. It's been a ton of fun taking this truck off-road. I've taken a buddy's truck off-road as well. Froggy, if you're on here, what is going on, my friend? We have to link up. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up, guys. I wanted to just catch you guys up on the 10,000 mile update on the ZR2. If you have any questions, or if you think I should have got another truck or something like that, or if you like the truck, let me know in the comments. I'm very happy to hear you guys talk about the truck and see what's going on with the truck. If you want to see something in particular about the truck, let me know in the comments as well. I'll make a video for you. Most of these videos are done because I get asked the question, hey, how's the truck going? Do you like the truck? You're getting the truck, etc., etc. I try to answer them in video format so that you guys get a nice complete answer. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.